Cash Money. U2, 200 million, 1993, and then Michael Jackson, 2010, but that's after his death. And I want to point out Michael
for the catalog, right?
For the catalog, because I think Joe might have said to Drake, "Be careful what you wish for." But the Michael Jackson comparison that Drake keeps doing,
here we go, conspiracy time with Jeremy.
It keeps getting closer and closer. No, like
Tommy Matilda's the devil.
He keeps
You
saying,
trying to put him in a box with Michael Jackson again?
I'm just saying Drake keeps comparing himself to Michael Jackson.
Hey Drake, stay away from them doctors, King.
I'm just saying no one has won against the music
system,
business.
Yeah.
No one's won against the system, and I don't think.
You think that's the thing too. You think it's genuine that he wants to expose the system?
I don't think he's doing this for unselfish reasons.
It's a business strategy.
Yeah, I think that this is for it might have the impact of helping other artists out, and if it exposes deals and how things works. But I do think that there's an interesting parallel of like MJ getting so big that he could basically become bigger than the program or become bigger than the system. And we know what happened to Michael. I don't think that that's necessarily going on with Drake, but I think that the lawsuit itself is basically showing what he's trying to show, at least I think, is look how big my career is. I don't need you, but you're trying to take me down. And I don't think he's doing it for unselfish reasons. I think he's doing it because he lost this battle. But I'd be interested.
This is 100%, in my humble opinion, selfish reasons.
Yeah.
Most people who are megalomaniacs in certain ways.
Refer to Elliot Wilson.
Most people who have inflated states of self, they figure out what they want, and then they figure out a noble cause to gift wrap it in. Right?
Yeah. Kanye's done the same, I think, sometimes.
Correct. So
this is DJ Head's flu game. He ain't playing today, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You know, so I think that's what this is. It's like, oh, you know what? This is benefiting all the artists. Going back to title.
Mm-hmm.
I figure out what I want, and then I figure out a noble cause to go along with it, to staple to it. And then now I get the optics and I get what I want.
But all the optics was, even the most objective people that are outside of the culture, the way they look at it is that this is the worst PR movie you've ever seen. Because the perception is that you're suing Kendrick Lamar, even though you're not, right? And so it looks like you lost the rap battle and now you're suing.
My thought is he has nothing.
That's how most people took it.
Yeah.
Right? No matter what.
Yeah. I mean, perception is reality most of the time, but I mean, everybody well, not everybody. I hate when people do that. People who know, they know that this is a petition and a lawsuit against UMG, Universal Music Group, which is the conglomerate that oversees all the labels that him and Dot are under,
and J. Cole.
And Cole as well. The label only stands
and Big Taylor Swift.
The label only stands to benefit from these things. It's not like UMG is like out here like. That's not true. I don't know. I've never talked to anybody from UMG about this. But I will say this. The labels are in the business of making money. They don't give a fuck how you feel. They don't give a fuck if you're sick.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They're in the business to make money. Yeah. If you're generating revenue, you're generating revenue. Well,
that's my point. If you gave Drake a $400 million deal and the albums that I read off that he just produced, those records, with all due respect, don't match the output that came earlier in terms of the impact of success.
No.
It doesn't match Nothing Was the Same or Take Care, Views, or Scorpion. These records don't match that. So you own masters and you have more power for a catalog, a back catalog that doesn't match your hit catalog, which you don't own yet.
Yeah.
Well,
so who has real leverage?
I was going to say on the PR move, my thought right now is that he just doesn't give a fuck about this specific viewpoint of him. He knows it's over for him in this like hip-hop head culture. Like the ghostwriting already took a shot there. The Pusha T already took a shot there. The Kendrick was the final shot for him of like, he's never going to win over a certain population here. I think he knows what this is going to do in that space. People are going to be like, what the fuck? I don't think he necessarily saw the Not Like Us resurgence from it. He could have foreseen that, but I think he definitely said,
"Oh, people listening to Not Like Us even more."
But I think he said, "I don't give a fuck what they think. I'm trying to protect A, my money, and B, my global brand or who I am as a pop star outside of this hip hop thing, because they already don't fuck with me, right? I gotta make this for my fans, and then whatever happens.
And here's what I wonder too, DJ Head. So
still don't understand.
Again, the idea that there's a more active Kendrick Lamar, right? He's changed the way he's approaching things. He seems like he wants to be an omnipresent leader of the culture in a sense. We already know he's going to be doing Super Bowl, Grammys, going on tour with SZA, has a new album. He's active. If you're UMG, because again, I remember with the, obviously Mr. Morale was the last record with TDE, right? That was the ending of the TDE agreement. When he put out the diss songs, it said Kendrick Lamar licensed by Interscope. And I look at this album, it says PG Lang licensed by Interscope, which before PG Lang was going through Sony, I believe, with the Baby Keem stuff. So what agreements do we think, speculation, that Kendrick has? And if you're Universal, do you incentivize Kendrick? Do you say, hey, Kendrick, we got 200 million, 300 million for you. Give us 4 albums in 2 years. And now Drake thinks there's a real person with the machine behind them trying to rival him. Maybe he thinks that's what's going on. There's a step ahead, could be that, where it's like, why are we so quick to say, oh, Kendrick's going to come out with another album? Maybe he could be incentivized to put out another album quickly and deliver with the output that Drake has delivered with in the past. And then now Drake has cause to say, you know what? Now all of a sudden you're going to treat this guy like he's number one in the system when I've been number one in the system for so long.
Yes.
I don't want to be here anymore.
That's business.
Yeah.
That's how business works.
Absolutely.
It doesn't, if you're not the guy, you're not the guy. If I'm not the guy, I'm not the guy. That's how business works. You can't, it's business, not personal. Sometimes it's personal because you get to know people, you know their family, you hang out with them, they know they kiss your mom, all that shit. But at the end of the day, it's business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded with.
So at first it was a 20v1 in rap, now it's a 20v1 in business. Basically what he's claiming is the collusion between all of these entities was not only to prop up Kendrick, but to prop up Kendrick in order to push his value down for this deal, right? So it was like Spotify, Apple,
and defamation.
And then there was a second suit, which is funny because at first I was like, why do this and not do a defamation suit? The defamation suit was the only one that actually would have made sense right after Not Like Us. If you wanted to do that right after Not Like Us and be like, I got to clear my name rather than saying it in a Hard Part 6, he could have put out a defamation suit. I think it would have been viewed a little bit differently. It would have still been like, this isn't hip hop. But to do it now, pairing it with this, they're propping up this song that we all did know have a massive impact. I'm not saying that there wasn't any inflated numbers. I'm sure that both sides have used bots, and not them, their teams /UMG /every label has propped up songs. But the fact,
especially with the launch, but you can't sustain that months later
if it's not hot. So the thing also with Drake is interesting is like in 2018 when Scorpion came out, he did a deal with Spotify where he was on the cover of every single playlist. He was literally on the cover of rock playlists, alternative playlists, dance playlists, whatever had nothing to do with Drake, Drake's face was on the front of it. So I think this looks like him knowing how the system benefited him, knowing how it helped him become one of the biggest artists in the world, if not the biggest, with streaming specifically. And then he's like, wait, I know this tactic seems familiar. You're gonna do that with him and not.
You remember when Apple put that goddamn U2 album in our iPhone? iPod?
Yeah, that was crazy. But
my black iPod has a U2 album that I don't even want.
You didn't want it. But I did get named in a footnote.
What does that mean?
So if you look on footnote 15 on the actual
footnote 15.
I'm footnote 15. I'm certified lawyer boy now.
Now footnote 15 about to get that Scorpion jacket, yo.
Before Hecht says this, I guarantee you it has nothing to do with him directly. But go ahead.
Okay, so
no, it does. You didn't see his video?
I'll explain it.
I don't watch his content.
You don't watch.
So
you don't watch
supportive.
My content. I go through.
So supportive.
If I miss anything before a show, I'll go through and make sure I watch everything you posted.
I'm fucking with you. Just go ahead.
Okay, but so I'll tear the video. I'm reading the subpoena Supreme Court of New York document, and point number 10 on there talks about how Siri and Apple Music were utilizing their technology to refrain from playing Drake and to prop Kendrick Lamar up. And I said, hey, I brought that to light when I did a video.
It's bringing it to light.
And so I posted this video. Basically, when you go to the footnote 15, it's a Vibe article that cites my videos. It says Jeremy Hecht reported this. And then it also cites me giving an explanation for this and showing why it was probably an SEO thing. And so what I said is I just don't want to be used in propaganda. Okay, so I made this I made this video to clarify.
You can't hold your fellow Canadian down?
No, they say I'm a disgrace to my country. Someone said I'm a disgrace to Canada and Germany. I have no German blood. I am not even
Czechoslovakia.
I might be from Czechoslovakia. But yeah, this is my explanation of it.
Drake used my video in a lawsuit against Universal Music Group. What? What a week it has been. First we got the broccoli. Now we get the paperwork. Now, this isn't an official lawsuit. It is what's called a pre-action petition. But Drake is basically claiming that UMG was using bots and other online tactics to push Kendrick's Not Like Us, inflate the numbers, inflate the streams, therefore degrading his image further in a song that called him you know what. Is this the guy who said never mind. This is a Supreme Court of the state of New York document. If you scroll down a couple pages, one of the things that Drake is alluding to, online sources reported that when users asked Siri to play the album Certified Lover Boy by recording artist Aubrey J. Graham, Siri instead played Not Like Us, which contains the lyric Certified, an allegation against Drake. Now, it's interesting, this online source here, if you go to the footnote, number 15, it will take you to an article on Vibe magazine, and in paragraph 2, it says HipHopdx's Jeremy Heck revealed the interesting tidbit in a video this past Wednesday. As fans saw the video and tried it out for themselves, they realized that it was happening to them as well. Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify.
I know we did this in real time.
That was crazy.
That's crazy. Now, as a reporter, eventually they all concluded that this was happening because Siri utilizes lyrics along with albums and titles to play what was requested with the vocal command in case the user does not know the actual song title. Research and figure it out because this is going viral. They identify things using lyrics within the song. I'm assuming this feature is for people who don't know the name of a song but they know the lyrics, and they ask Siri to play it. And Siri, can you play Drop, 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 Drop on Spotify?
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start.
So you play Family Matters, but they could have played push-ups too.
Family
Yeah.
Matters
That's
by Drake. Siri, can
The
you
top
play
song, I think.
Wop, 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 wop on Spotify? Psst. I see dead people. So there you have it. You'd think that they would include that part in the paperwork, but
Yeah,
let me tell you
touching culture.
Same.
Jeremy Heck.
Yes.
Boy, I can't wait till I tell the homie you snitched on him.
Which homie?
Man, that's crazy.
He'll
Wait, who
never
did
be
I-
friends. They'll never be friends.
Who did I snitch
He's
on?
doing his due diligence.
They're putting me in paperwork. I
doing
didn't get a
his due
call.
diligence.
I didn't get a call like, hey, Jeremy, can we use this in
I can't wait to tell the homies that you told on camera.
Damn.
Bro,
Who did I tell on?
fuck
You
you,
reporting
mean?
and shit.
You're
Too
talking
much.
about on Spotify? I told
Too
on
much.
That was
Spotify.
fire. I don't know.
Or Apple? I told on
Reporting
Apple.
all that shit.
Uh-huh.
That nigga going too deep
You
in
told
the damn.
that you got credit for telling in legal documents.
Yeah.
LD.
What was telling
Okay,
about that? Okay, no, you can actually explain.
let me use urban nomenclature.
Okay.
Look that shit up.
Nomenclature?
Nomenclature. Y'all are journalists.
Man, that's
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
though.
Look, CT can't take it, man. You see how you doing, our people?
That's funny. That
Say it
nigga
again.
self-promoted
Nomenclature.
though.
Nomenclature. Urban nomenclature.
Look,
It's a
pull up
system-
nomenclature. Please put this up. Let's slow down, man.
A system of names
Listen,
or
wordsmith.
terms used in a particular field, such as a science, art, or profession.
Jeremy
You reading
Heck
the
is
source before you
now
go to
one of the
sleep?
top.
Is that what you do?
After the Red Line Real Estate
You
podcast.
listen to
Yeah,
word
this is funny.
podcasts all day. That's what you
No,
listen
I'm just intelligent, and I like to exercise my muscle. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, look that shit up. Well, Jeremy just did it for you, but anyway, let me use urban nomenclature
Okay.
to illustrate this point.
Yes.
You are on paperwork.
Well, I'm in a footnote. My name isn't in it, but
You're on paperwork.
I'm on paperwork. Yeah.
Your footnote 15.
So now, whenever you meet people within the culture, you have to let them know that you're on paperwork.
Yeah.
God.
Wait, is that the rule?
It's not a rule. It's just if they find out you're
So
on paperwork.
It's courtesy.
So let's say Whack is probably gonna find out that you on
Oh,
paperwork.
whack no.
Yeah,
Whack
yeah.
no.
You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna talk about it on their show.
Okay.
That Jeremy's on paperwork now.
Okay.
So we see about it.
Footnote,
but-
that's what he
footnote
be saying.
15.
That's what Whack be saying.
But
Whack
as
100 and footnote 15.
I know I'm footnote 15, certified lawyer boy now, but is it okay that I'm a civilian and I'm not trying to participate in that to
Yes.
be on paperwork? Like it doesn't kind of
No, you're not a snitch because you don't partake in the criminal underworld, to my knowledge.
I don't.
If
I don't.
Leave room. Leave room.
snitching,
room, you never know.
snitching,
Leave room.
kids, snitching only applies if you willingly participate in criminal activity and you don't
Ew.
take accountability for your action by way of implicating someone else.
So same.
That's
you,
snitching.
You as a civilian, I know you would not do that, but if you
That's
were
not
named,
true. I'm calling
were,
the police.
Okay, so,
I'm a civilian.
Okay.
All my homies know, don't do shit in front of me. Don't tell me shit.
Blow
don't
the whistle.
I'm calling the folk. You know how much money I paid in taxes last year? I'm calling white people. Hey, come get this nigga.
So we're in the same.
You like the baby.
This nigga has violated my rights.
What did the baby do when he shot the guy on his property? He was like, "Yo, come get this guy. What did he say about when he shot the
when
guy?
he called TMZ?
Yeah,
when he called the police?
cops. He's like,
yeah, he said, I just shot him. He said, I neutralized the assailant.
Neutralized him. Yeah. You know what he said again?
Yeah, come get him up. Come clean this up.
He said, I neutralized him.
Neutralized him.
Neutralized is great. So we're in the same boat.
Until the authorities
we do
go.
the same.
No. You're on paperwork. I'm not.
Okay, but if you were on paperwork, you
I'm
would
not
have,
though.
But can't you not control if you're on paperwork? He just did his
I
job.
just did my job as a journalist, and they put me on paperwork. I didn't get
salute,
noted.
King.
I didn't get notified about it.
You know,
Also, you know what's funny? You exposed yourself on paperwork before anybody else did.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be used in that.
You didn't let Whack 100 get it off first. You just went right ahead and said, I'm footnote 15. It's me.
Hey, it's good, bro.
15.
Yeah.
I think when people see you, they'll be like, that makes sense. He's on paperwork.
I don't think anyone would be shocked.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, but no one's gonna be him.
Yeah.
Why do Canadians love paperwork?
Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
It might be.
Yeah.
Might be.
Do we think he's really gonna sue?
Yes.
You think he's
no.
gonna sue?
Do I think he's gonna sue?
No, I don't think so.
No. I think this is about
leverage in business, and
I think it's about leverage. Like they playing big boy games. This is because you got to think about this too. It's not Drake doing the litigation. It's not him drafting the paperwork. He has a team of white people.
Yes.
So this team of white people also have a reputation, and they don't want to make enemies either. So I don't think an attorney in their right mind would take a case like this if they didn't have substantial feet to stand on. You know what I'm saying? He does have some sort of probable cause to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not culturally acceptable. But from a lawyer and a legality standpoint, it's like, I don't think there's an attorney who would be like, yeah, you know what? I want to sue. I want to file a legal petition against UMG. Because that's what I want to do with my career.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to lose.
Yeah, I don't think
who the fuck would do that?
I don't think he would do this unless there was some. That's why I keep saying, like, I'm sure that there was foul play involved to some degree.
Now, if he got on his story and was like, hey, you might know a lawyer, then I'll be like, oh, he tripped.
But you are the deal we talked about earlier, though, that if he feels like they're turning on him and they're going to now push Kendrick overall now, or try to see how far Kendrick can go.
Okay, no, that is the golden goose right now.
Huh?
That is the golden goose.
That's what I'm saying. So now there's a new golden goose, there's a new darling. We prioritize him over you. Does that make Drake feel like he has to find an exit outside of Universal?
What is the end game? What do you guys think?
One other side of it is OVO Sound, which used to go through Warner Brothers, now goes through a company called Santa Ana, which is owned by Todd Moskowitz. He used to be a Violator. He ran Alamo, which gave us Lil Durk and Rod Wave. They go through Sony. So my point is he trying to do that? Is he trying to leverage out of that deal and get a deal with Sony?
Yes.
And does Sony have that level of money to compensate him?
And they're going to be his
They're going to go get it.
And he'll be under OVO Sound through this new conglomerate.
They're going to go get it. Yeah. Even if they ain't got it, they're going to go find it. So here's the thing. Are you aware of the big three?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Universal, for the people watching, is Universal Music Group, you have Sony, and then you have Warner.
Yeah.
Those are like the big three.
So OVO was already with Warner.
Yeah.
He's in Universal. So Sony is really his only option if he's going to leave Universal.
In theory. I mean, Warner's an option.
No, they had to deal with Warner before, though. So I'm saying
it's not off the table.
You're right.
So what I'm saying is, I think that they're playing big boy games. It's like, all right, if Universal's going to fuck with him, I'm out of here, right? I'm just placating what Elliot said, right? So if he's like, I'm out of here because this is the new guy for UMG, I'm out of here. Let me go.
You're going to continue to devalue me because you're going to keep pushing this guy against.
Well, not even devalue me. I'm just not the guy anymore. That's what I think people understand. It's not personal.
It's
not like him playing business. It's guys that's business. This is him filling away. All you people work for me, essentially. And y'all fucking with him.
And apparently there was people who got fired who were on his side. That's what he's alleging.
It's a regime change.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm not the one here anymore. All right, let me take my talents to South Beach.
Yeah. No, it's funny because like you see the play being made, but it's interesting because there was also the thought, like I thought at first, I was like, oh, maybe he's going to be just indie. Maybe Drake said, fuck the system. I'll just be an independent artist. But I do think
he'll go to DistroKid?
I don't know, TuneCore, United
Remember,
Masters.
that was the thing when that was the thing when he signed. The thing was so far gone. Before that, when he had Best I Ever Had, that was the whole dream. Drake doesn't have to sign a record deal. He could just be independent. He's going to change the whole business. And he didn't do that. He
hey, let me tell you something.
Money. He signed with the whole system.
Hey, kids, don't buy into the hype
of it being independent.
Don't buy into the hype, bro. That is not happening. Okay. Shout out to Russ. He be preaching that shit.
Most of them ain't built for it.
You are not Russ, and you are not La Russell. Okay, you are not that. Like, go do your thing. Drake is not an indie artist like that. He's not.
I don't think he wants to be. He wants the big looks. He wants the support. He wants a system behind him. He wants to be the biggest in the fucking world.
But you ain't finna see Drake on TikTok like mailing out his own merch and shit. Like,
yo, we got the new OVO Simpsons collab. If you guys ordered,
hey, you know what? I just want to thank the fans for their support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Peeling off the shipping label. Like, come on, bro.
2-for-1 holiday special.
I do think them posting so much right now about Drake being the #1 streamed artist, Drake being the biggest artist right out. Like the narrative right now is still like all this going on. I'm still the guy in the numbers.
Well, that's a good question.
I think that helps for the
Does
label.
Losing the battle with Kendrick Lamar devalue his price in your mind?
Yeah.
Like if he's worth $400 million, he's now only worth $300 to $200 million because he lost the battle to Kendrick.
The music game is no different than the stock market. It's just like president get elected and stocks change. The president fall up. Joe Biden fell upstairs. Stock market went just fluctuate. He fell up the stairs. Did you hear what I said?
No, yeah, it was.
He fell upstairs against gravity.
Yeah. No, he did.
So
shout to
shit happens. Everything changes and fluctuates. Your price is dictated by ticket sales. That's why I don't like first week numbers and all that. No, your price is based on asses and seats. And I think Drake can still sell out arenas. So his price is going to change. He might not do 4 dates in LA. He might do 2. You know what I'm saying? It's still
he still could do that.
It's still asses and seats.
Speaking of ticket sales, there was a big tour announcement.
You don't say.
Shout out to Inglewood.
About the winners, man. Kendrick.
Can we go back to DJ Head's tweet from a few weeks ago, and he kept saying, "You're missing it. You're missing it. I thought you would have put it together."
I'm so sick of his cryptic warnings. I'm so sick of this guy.
He said something about Inglewood, where he said a lot in store for Inglewood, California, and then the Grand National Tour was announced with SZA. And allegedly, you laid out a 4-year plan for Kendrick, and anyone going against Kendrick is going to have a tough 4 years, is what you said. And this was the clip that was resurfacing.
Go on a world tour, be the nigga. What he said about trying to end me or the family, whatever you just said, right?
Yeah.
Those bars, it's like, that's true. Because you see one person is doing the Super Bowl and the other person is going overseas.
Yeah, literally the same day. Same day, February 9th, he's going to Australia. I thought that was interesting.
Which I also said on this show is that's the best course of action. Should have did that months ago. Go run it up across the world. Go on a world tour. Be the nigga. Because right now what's fucked up is you might have to go on tour till 2028, 2029-ish. Because you got to think. We got the GNX album. We might get some more shit, depending on how the homie feel, right? Stay on stream.
How the homie feel?
We got Grammys coming. We got Super Bowl. Then we got whatever we got coming after that. You might see. Then Tyler's going on tour. You finna get. It's gonna be ugly for 2 years from today.
From the West Coast perspective,
November 25th.
Huh?
November 25th.
Yeah, from the West Coast
and
perspective,
then,
yes.
2 years from now, 2 years after the 2 years from today, we got the Olympics.
In LA.
I'm not going nowhere. Dot not going nowhere. It's finna be ugly out here.
I like how you match the laugh perfectly.
Right? Okay. Dot ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
How do we? What was your? Did you know about this tour happening when you made that tweet?
That's why I put the tweet up about Inglewood.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, you went. I don't know where you went with it. I don't remember what you said, but you was like, yeah, maybe Inglewood. That's what a pop out was. And did I do the accent right? The pop out.
You did so you're allowed to do the voice though.
Pop out.
Yeah, out. Yeah,
like that.
Speaking of Canada, you want me to give you a little Canadian insight into the Rogers song yet?
No.
Can I do it after?
So, the tweet that I put a lot in store for Inglewood, California, because I knew about the SoFi show. So
SoFi Stadium, 2 nights.
2 nights.
2 nights.
A lot in store for Inglewood,
So
California.
what's the capacity of SoFi Stadium? Can you look that up real quick?
I think it's close to 100 or 70.
So let's talk about the big deal of artists, like hip hop artists. It's tough to do
70,000.
stadiums. It's tough for hip hop artists in stadiums.
Yeah.
2 nights, MetLife Stadium. 2 nights, SoFi Stadium.
That's why you got to stack the deck. And it's Kendrick,
And then we're talking about stadiums. We're not talking about baseball arenas at this point. I mean, baseball stadiums. We're doing baseball stadiums too. I'm not on a tour. Don't worry.
Oh, Zigga in the beginning. You're a DJ.
No.
They might need a DJ.
No.
They might. You were saying at the pop up.
I will be doing something hopefully substantial next year, but it don't have nothing to do with the GNX tour. Not yet. I don't have anything to offer in that.
No SoFi after.
I don't know what we just got, but I feel like that was just a stay on stream moment.
Always stay on stream.
Yeah, just stay on stream. Hey, you know the first rule in improv is if somebody says something, you're supposed to say yes. You just turn down the Toronto. I can't go to Canada for a second.
All right, go to Canada.
Wait.
Okay,
first,
when is the Rogers Center date?
Are we going as a team?
Noise canceling things.
Oh, now you want to act all cool.
No, I don't want to go as a team.
We talked about going as a team.
And I said no.
You said you wanted to go to Toronto.
I just said as a team.
Oh, okay. So we're all gonna be there separate. I'm gonna wave at you. You're gonna be on stage.
He ain't going. He don't even know us. He want to be with the homies.
Also, we might not be in Toronto. We might be looked at differently by all these different sides. But
look at those dates, Jeremy Hecht.
Head said he want to kick it with the homies.
Yeah.
You see those dates, Jeremy Hecht?
Yeah.
More dates coming probably. I would assume.
I don't know.
Just the beginning.
But so the Rogers Dome, it was referred to as a Sky Dome before this. And 40,000 people in Toronto, Blue Jay Stadium, big deal.
What's the date again? It's Father's Day, right?
Yeah, June.
And they think that's a jab. Is that a jab?
I didn't see it as one, but the guy's very intentional, so who knows? It could be. He did. Dot drops dates intentionally, I would think.
What you mean? What happened?
They're saying that.
What are you on?
It could be. It was June. Was it June 12th? No,
so
that's a day.
You're
day
saying?
after my birthday.
Are you saying? What are you saying about Father's Day? What are you saying?
Oh, the show's around your birthday? The day after?
It's the day after.
What are you saying about Father's Day, Hecht?
Well, is that? Let me.
The fans are
check.
speculating that that's around Father's Day, the Toronto stop.
Father's
Day.
The
Toronto stop is Father's Day.
No, it's not. It's not the same day.
It's not the same
is
day?
It June? Alex, what day is it on there? I can't read that. No, so Father's Day is June 15th. That's why I think that was a reach.
Okay.
But it is a big deal for him to do that. Drake did say on More Life, he said, might move our annual shit to the Dome. I need 40,000 people to see what I'm on. And then The Weeknd recently said on Timeless with Playboy Cardi, he said, oh, city on fire when I'm coming home. Fill up the sky, I fill up the dome. They'll play it one day. It's a hell of a show, but it's going to hurt because we did it first. And that was a shot at him doing the Sky Dome before Drake. And then there was, shout out, we'll put her video in here too, because she did a great breakdown of it.
I don't think you guys realize how crazy it is that Kendrick and SZA are going on tour together and they have a tour stop in Toronto. Let me tell you something, all right? Back in 2023, SZA was supposed to have a show here, but it got canceled because she wasn't doing well. And when she posted about the cancellation, do you know who commented? Drake. Do you want to know what Drake said? He said, we gonna do that shit together when you come back. Let me open for you. So now, instead of SZA coming back and Drake opening for her, Kendrick is bringing her to Toronto as a co-headliner, not even an opener, a co-headliner in Drake's city. Do you realize how comical that is? Like, what are we talking about?
But she posted this video, and I'll get her name too, where SZA was supposed to do the Sky Dome, and then she canceled the tour because she got sick. And Drake commented under her post saying, I'll open for you. And then now we have SZA on tour with Kendrick.
This was me, struggling to keep up with posting consistently on YouTube and getting less views than normal until I found Spotter Studio. Spotter's
at the Rogers Sky Dome in Toronto, and the Blue Jays are tweeting the show date. I think that was I know that not all of this is about Drake. This is Kendrick and his tour with SZA. But
shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays.
I should have kept my mouth shut about that Harper's Bazaar shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Incredible interview. Incredible interview, SZA.
Oh yeah.
Amazing work.
Yeah. You don't want to ask why about this tour? You don't want to know why?
Yes. Not why, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Of course.
I do want to be in Toronto though, even though they think I'm.
I want to go to that show too.
Yeah, I think that would be fire.
I've just never been to Toronto. I think what better way than to go and experience the show there?
Yeah, it would be. The energy will be high.
And also the big deal of somebody said about him leaving the label, but then sticking close with the label.
Yeah,
the top artist of the label that kind of replaced him at the label, uniting. We've never seen this before in hip hop.
No. Well, I mean, sometimes you'll see it like with. I think did it happen with Dipset when they broke off from were they on the Rockefeller?
Mm-hmm.
But then they still fucked with him though, right?
Not to this level.
Okay. Yeah, well, not like this. Yeah, I get it. The same thing.
Yeah, it is cool. There and the camaraderie is nice.
This tour is gonna be one of them substantial things in history of hip hop that people are going to go back to and be like, wow, that was a moment.
And SZA's showing that she's still in the studio. She put up a thing with Punch, calling him the Warden and stuff. So
yeah, maybe
she's promised us new slaps. Mm-hmm. We might even get another SZA album, obviously before this tour. So more new music.
Gonna be a long ass year next year.
2025 is looking very West Coastish.
Yeah. Oh no, you have no idea.
The angles are getting tired. I feel like there's less and less angles for super stands that want to fight everything. Like this, it's like you can see the angles as soon as something happens. It's like, oh, look at him. He needs SZA to fill up a stadium. It's like they're doing
stadium
they're
status.
Doing 60,000 people in each city, some 2 nights. Like this is unheard of. This is crazy. I'm not saying Drake couldn't do it. I think Drake could fill a stadium as well. But
also,
this is
you
crazy.
can see, I mean, again, the label funkiness aside, you could have seen a Drake SZA tour or the idea of something like that, right?
Yeah.
I said to the Victor go to spoils. Like the whole thing with this battle is Kendrick got everything that Drake would have got if Drake won the battle. Yeah. If Drake wins the battle, Drake puts the album out his victory lap, just like a GNX. Mm-hmm. Drake gets the Super Bowl and brings Lil Wayne out. Drake goes on tour with maybe SZA, somebody big like that. Like, to the Victor goes the spoils.
What did
That's
Kanye
just what
say?
happened.
I guess we'll never know. but
did you have an immediate reaction when you saw the tour announcement?
I was like, okay, all right, it's the plays are set. I just saw, I was like, okay, Kendrick's not going back in the house.
No.
Kendrick is ready to take his leadership role. He's ready to be the guy. He claimed #1. He's going to stand on it in every single stadium. It also let me know that there's probably another SZA album. There's probably a Kendrick album. You know what I would love to see is DJ Head in LA on stage spinning. I didn't know how it's going to happen. But
why?
Because I like seeing you win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you at the pop-out show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I got to witness it. You know what I did love is Gina's tweet about GNX.
Shout out to Gina Views.
Shout out to Gina Views. She said GNX is addicting. And I had a lot of people ask, what should we talk about on the bigger picture on Twitter? A lot of the comments were people saying, how is GNX so addicting? Did they put crack in it? Can you ask DJ Head if they put something in the album? Like, it was like 4 or 5 different people that said something to this effect. But the replay value on this album was much higher, in my opinion, than any other Kendrick album besides Damn, where I wanted to go back and listen, and I never got tired of it. I don't know how you guys feel a week or 2 weeks removed from the album.
You saw my top plays. I'm listening to it on repeat. It's actually going to take the place of Euphoria for me.
TV off?
Yeah. TV off is just a slap. It's a blapper.
Sonic
slapper.
Sequel to Not Like Us.
Man, I love it. And like I said, remember, so I said, this what he owned. That's what he said. He said, this what I'm on.
And I love that he's on that. And I actually think there is some negativity. I look at some of the white critics that have always praised Kendrick. To Butterfly, Mr. Morale, Pulitzer Prize Kenny. You know, we love how deep he is. We love these thematical albums. They're so dense and so deep. And this is more straightforward slaps. And they don't get it. They think it's some weird phase he's in. Like, he's still reeling off this battle with Drake. Like, when's he going to go back? This is just a little mixtape thing. He's going to come back and give us this Kendrick sprawling, really deep album. Like, no, this is like, that's why I love when Head said that. This is what he's on right now.
Yeah, I don't stand with those whites.
You don't stand with those whites,
no.
right?